into border. Now I request your professor, teacher, Dr. Shreesh Pathak for his elevation.
Thank you so much, sir. Indeed, a great honor for me. Sit with you on the same panel. Actually, it's a great day for me, sir. Uh, Honorable Chair, Professor Sanjay Bharadwaj, sir. In a way, as sir has also mentioned that this is a great opportunity, and I share very special relationship with each of the panelists. Uh, Professor Sanjay sir, one of my teacher, I have learned ABCD and forming sentences on Bangladesh issue. So thank you to you, sir. Ambassador Trivinath sir, again I'm having a special relationship with you because when we have started the first Vijug issue, you are one of the dignitaries. So starting from the first Vijug issue, today this is becoming fifth Vijug issue. So this is very special, sir. I'm honored that you are here. Dr. Sitakant Mishra, sir, right now Dean SLS PDU. But more than that, he is my Guru Bhai. We share the same relationship. Our late professor Savita Pandey, we miss her like anything. So, sir, we again share a very special. And Dr. Amit Singh, sir, mentor and on national security and those political engagements during JNU days. So many fun of memories. So again, a great relationship. Paucity of time rule applies me also, though I'm a convener, still it applies to me. But I will stick to 4 points because this session is there are two panel discussion actually. One was symposium, and in that symposium we just discussed about border studies, border security. But this panel discussion speaks about border security, border management, and international. So I will just bring 4 brief points how both approach together, and what exactly we can get out of it. First point is sovereignty. Already Bharadwaj sir has highlighted that. The point is state whether you are discussing about liberalism or realism, when you talk about international relations, so the most prominent theories are liberalism or realism. Of course there are some other theories, but normally we discuss about realism and realism and liberalism. And in both the theories, who is the prominent actor? The state. And fundamental elements of the state, one is coming as a sovereignty. So everybody is agree on that sovereignty plays and plays very important role. But sovereignty, how you imagine? Can you imagine sovereignty for any state in the world without thinking borders and boundaries? Because you need territory, well-defined territory where sovereignty works. So when you talk about liberalism, realism, state actors, finally you are coming to the borders, because if there's no borders, no well-derived boundaries, you cannot realize sovereignty for a particular state. So because of sovereignty, borders are very, very much important. And second thing is, to me as a researcher of border studies, I find in my own way, of course with limitation also, every kind of world affairs, I'm saying every kind of world affair is actually a cross border affair. And when I'm saying it, I'm talking about every type of borders. So either it's a mental boundaries, psychological boundaries, social boundaries, cultural boundaries, economic boundaries, trade barriers. When you talk about any kind of world affairs, any kind of world crisis, it's actually a border crisis. So we can refer that international relation is actually cross-border affair if we take the sense in a very comprehensive manner. Third thing is, yes, we accept that we are living in a liberal world order. And in liberal world order, we are very confused actually. Sometimes we say that it's borders are becoming irrelevant. Sometimes they're saying, no, 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 borders are very much important. So I very much agree with Ambassador Trivinath sir that this world system where we are living, actually, it's a fail, because whether it's important, whether they're not important, whether they're relevant or not relevant, how we can make sense out of it, because and we are saying that okay, different perspectives and every perspective is having some water, fine, again, but as a student of international relation we need some concrete conclusion sometimes. So if we talk about contemporary liberal world order, even if you believe that globalization is there, embassies are working, trade barriers are working, trade policies are working, engagements are happening, but even in this time, this is the time where we are living. We are very much interconnected, but we are living in that era where you find the most restricted visa regimes are working. And visa regimes are working, they are so stringent. What is the basis of that visa regime? Those visa regimes are executed by through visa regimes executed through the borders and boundaries. So again, we need to understand about boundaries, how they function, how they play their role. Fourth one is trade. Yes, we often say that it's era of global economy, and underlying pitch is that trade must go on. Means whatever is happening, this is the liberal understanding. Even if you are at war, you have to search avenues of cooperation, and even if war is going on, you have to go on with the trade. Fine, but don't you think that economic diplomatic engagements? But what are those economic diplomatic engagements? They are actually basically an attempt to claim their own comfortable, convenient economic boundaries in their own favor. The states are trying hard to claim their economic boundaries in their own favor. And the last, we always talk that geopolitics is playing its role. Geopolitics theaters, they are actually playing very prominent role in world politics. Any kind of geopolitics, again, we cannot imagine without boundaries and borders. So, what I'm proposing here, what I'm just humbly submitting here, that just having one dichotomy that liberalism is there to understand world politics, or realism is there to understand world politics. I think we need a broader approach to understand world politics. And there's a one discipline called limology, that is border studies. So why not we must pursue a limological approach to understand international relations, where we must think on the concrete thing, because you can't change so many things. There are so many variables in world politics, but borders are not those variables. Borders are going to be stay. So, if we are trying to understand the nitty-gritty of world politics through limological approach, I think the conclusions will be more concrete, and we will have some uh, concrete solutions and understanding. So yes, at the last, I really agree with Dr. Amit Singh, Panchi Nadia Pavan ke Jhoke, but we need to understand that Panchi Nadia Pavan ke Jhoke, they do not raise world wars, and nature is very much at peace and completely agree with him. And we, the humans, we are making so many kinds of arrangements, and we are raising world wars, and we are on the verge of probably a new world war. So, I think we have to learn what we are missing. We are missing some concrete things. We are missing we are preferring some variables over some very static facts, that is border, that is limological approach. So, this is my submission. Thank you once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.